second to make sure it doesn't go off. Cheers.
Good morning. So nice to be here today. Breaking a world record for readers in poetry. I'm going to read a couple of pieces. First, I'm going to start off with a poem entitled The Switch. Oh scarlet stripes, oh purple stripes, oh black and blue embedded stripes, the switch. It stings, it rips, it welts on me. It prejudiceously imprints itself on tiny hands and little arms, on small children's legs for all to see. Resulting insult of the racist decree, inflicting punishment for speaking Spanish in public school grounds of a free country. That piece was inspired after a friend of mine and me, his name is Jake, my name is Rudy H. Garcia, by the way. We were having a conversation, and of course, my primary language is Spanish. I didn't start speaking English until I started school in the first grade. So in that conversation my friend Jake and me were having, he asked me, Rudy, why do you always insist in speaking Spanish? It kind of took me aback for a while. And my reply was, well, Jake, that's my primary language, but I'm Beaver Cleaver. I'm Opie Taylor. I eat hamburgers and hot dogs, tacos, beans, and Mexican food. So that inspired this piece, and it's called Opie Eats Tortillas. I'm Opie Taylor, the little güerito boy who ran around the Carolina country town of Mayberry in his black high-top Converse, playing cowboys and Indians in the backyard of my Mexiquito home with Beaver the Cleaver and my big brother Wawa. I used to gallop barefooted, straddling my trusted stick horse Palo Pinto, riding the western wind with fury and silver, wearing a Hopalong Cassidy white hat, tracking and fighting the unshaven bad guys in dusty black hats. I chased cottontail rabbits and squirrely squirrels, and cooked darting white wings on a stick in the Palangana Panarosa with my collie Lassie, accompanied by my favorite canine, El Sargento Rin Tin Tin, the fastest, greatest dog that ever lived. And I left for hours and hours with Tom and Jerry, La Chilindrina, and her best friend, Chespirito. Captain Kangaroo and Mr. Green Jeans got me ready for Miss Garza's Escolita school every morning. They ate post toastes, drank Anita Bryant's orange juice, while I ate tortilla de harina con mantequilla, washing it down with a cold glass of Elsie the cow milk. When I graduated from kindergarten to the Escuela Católica first grade class, I learned all about Jane the girl, Bill the boy, their dad with a briefcase, wearing a fedora, suit and tie, and their stay at two-story home mother, cleaning house with a vacuum cleaner and cooking with a toaster. She wore a string of pearls, high-heel stilettos, and a pretty pink fluffy size 5 can-can dress on black and white television. And I always wondered what Bill's dad carried inside the briefcase because he never opened it. Bill wondered too. I had a little black cocker spaniel named Rover that used to follow me to school every day. After pulling spiny Spina del Diablo sticker burrs out of his furry dog hair, with his 4 front teeth under the cool shade of a date palm tree, he would go back home to guard the house until 3 o'clock, when it was time for him to come get me, to walk me back home, chasing speeding cars along the way. He understood and spoke English and Spanish just like me. And like me, he loved to eat arroz con pollo, but his 2 favorite foods were papas con huevo and papas con carne. We ate a lot of papas with everything, like little Ricky Ricardo and Dennis the Menace did, except we never picked at our food during mealtime like they did. We wiped our plate squeaky clean with the last piece of flour maíz tortilla gordita de manteca. Rover especially loved the leftover tortilla scraps soaked wet with guisado gravy and chili piquin salsa del barrio dog treats he got for supper every evening. I am the Chavo del Ocho, Cantinflas, named Adam Hoss, Little Joe Cartwright, fighting the pinche big vatos with Charlie Shen whiskers and Sister Perpetual helps fourth grade class during recess, because they wanted me to give them my refried bean tacos my mother had made for me so that I could eat lunch at school. I am the oblate altar boy who prayed the Holy Rosary daily, obediently kneeling in front of the Virgen de Guadalupe, the Virgen de San Juan, the Mary Virgin Mother of God, and all the saints in both Spanish and English, until my knees tingled with a million piquetes de hormiga, and my lower back felt hot and numb, like my calves used to feel when Mother Superior, Sister Bulldog, used to spank me almost daily, and oftentimes, several times daily, with her evil half-inch by 1 inch by 36-inch yardstick, until one day after school, when Sister Bulldog had gone to the convent to go to the bathroom or to visit Father Fanning or something, Charlie Hamburger and me decided we had had enough of that devil stick, and we stole it. We made a little campfire with it in some Montecito woods next to the haunted house where we used to hunt birds, lizards, and horned frogs. And the old bruja, Doña Pepa, cara de crepa, used to get mad at us because she said the Montecito woods belonged to her and to leave her lizards and birds alone. We roasted several caw-caw sparrows on a mesquite stick like marshmallows with a vada from hell's spanking embers. They were the best tasting caw-caws we ever done had. I must confess, however, that being the good, devoted altar boy that I was, I confessed my sins to a semi-retired priest, Father McDermott, snoozing and nodding on the other side of the confessional screen during my weekly obligatory Saturday afternoon confessions, that I had spoken some bad words like pinche and pendejo, and that I had told my mother a few little white lies like scrubbing good with soap and shampoo instead of just plain water during bath time, and that I had fought with my older sister Alma, and that I had pushed my little sister Melba, knocking her down for no reason except that she was smaller than me. I later heard my mother tell my father that the reason I pushed my baby sister Melba, making her cry, was because I was mad at her, because she had done lo tumbó la burra to me. I also rehearsed my list to confess. I confessed that I had thrown some rocks at Rita, Nina, Eva, Dolores, and some of the other prissy missy girls from school, but I didn't hit them. I could have if I wanted to, but I didn't. I was a dead shot rock thrower and could hit anything right on the bullseye within 100 feet of me. I only threw the rocks close enough to them to scare them and make them scream their girly girl scream. Hey! Charlie Hamburger and me always got a thrill at hearing the missy girls let out the prissy yells. They knew we weren't going to hit them. It was a daily ritual that we went through every day on our way home after school. It was routine. It was pre-puberty behavior. When classes let out, Charlie and me would be the first ones to charge out of class and run as fast as we could for 2 town blocks to a vacant lot that served as one of our many hideouts. The lot was perfect for hiding. It had chest-high Johnson grass, many old majestic mesquite trees, and lots of flowering prickly pear cactus. We waited there in ambush for the girls to pass. And the next day, as soon as they got to school, they ran straight to Mother Superior, who was standing on her favorite lookout spot, overlooking the playground like an English sheepdog watching over its flock, to tell what me and Charlie Hamburger had done to them the day before. And then they would stick out their pink, pudgy tongues at us when they walked back past us, and they would put their clean, clumpy hands over their soft color de rosa lips and giggle, hiding their flirty smiles like girls always do when they know they got you. And they would run with their funny girl run to their favorite part of the sidewalk to skip hot papers, double dutch, jump rope, holding down their pleated skirts with one hand, so when the rope and a gusty wind hit them, the skirts wouldn't lift, showing their white cotton underwear. Because they knew Charlie Hamburger and me were waiting for that friendly gust of air or for the teasing rope to come up on them just right so that we could catch even a tiny glimpse of their undies. Sister Bulldog was watching them too. Unfortunately for us, they were extreme skilled at sensing the next rush of wind, and they also knew when they had landed on a spot off center and that the rope was going to hit their skirt on the way up, so that they would bring both hands down, hold the skirt, and skip out of the way. But that day, when the bell was rung, calling us to class, Sister Bulldog couldn't spank us. She couldn't spank us because she couldn't find her wicked stick. So in frustration, she shook us violently, pulled our ears, and pinched our arms instead. She tried to pull her hair, but she couldn't. She couldn't because our parents always kept their hair cut shorter than an army crew cut. They said they kept their hair cut short because los pelones no creen piojos. So she gave us some coscorones with her bony knuckles and sent us to the broom and coat closet to kneel in penance isolation, and we had no recess that day. And I confessed that I had killed some little birds, but as always, I told the tired priest that I had eaten the little birds, so it really wasn't a sin. I also confessed that it was me and Charlie Hamburger that had stolen Mother Superior's whipping stick and used it to make a fire to cook the little birds. It cost my young, callous niece 20 Hail Marys, 20 Our Fathers, and 1 act of contrition on the hardwood floor in front of St. Francis of Assisi. But it was worth it. Besides, I had become an accustomed expert at kneeling for long periods of time. I had developed a technique. Kneeling had become second nature to me. I even learned some Latin words like mea culpa, mea verdadera culpa, dame hondo bisco, las nalgas te pelisco, from a tobacco pipe smoking Irish priest named Father Fanning, who drank beer at the church kermesse. He had a boxer bulldog named Carla. Some kids swore that Carla and Sister Bulldog were related. Not me. I knew better, but I wondered sometimes. There was an eerie facial and vocal resemblance between them. I am the little boy who had 2 girlfriends. One of them was Ellie Mae Clampett, swimming blonde and long-legged in the cool cement pond of her ritzy Beverly Hills mansion. And the other one was La Niña Bonita with the moño colorado and her mochila azul. She had long, curly lucerito hair and brown, bright palomita eyes that during shower days, her mother used to dress her in a beautiful China Poblana dress with a charra sombrero. She lived down the street from me. I am the little boy who grew up loving and pledged to one country and having deep ancestral roots in another country. And because of this, I lived the better of 2 worlds. I am the all-American boy who grew up to become a fine Latino, Chicano, Mexican-American Hispanic, made in the USA, Estados Unidos de America. This one is titled Anniversary. There's never been a prettier face in the history of the human race, with lips so full and passion red, a smile that won't let me leave the bed, with teeth that nibble pearly white, a tongue that murmurs with delight, and when she speaks she serenades, resounding beauty that never fades. The smoothness of her clay-like cheeks undam my passion bursting leaks. And when I look into her eyes, I see the sparkling midnight skies, and too, her hair, so raven jet, curled and entangled I the day we met. And on her crown there rests an aura, the dawning luminous light aurora, that dances up her lovely face, translucent in me with her grace. And like all beauties of her gender, a birthmark accents to make her grander, located in a secret place, for my eye only upon her face. And so I look and look still more, to see and sigh and then implore, to live tomorrow by her side, to pass tonight with lover's stride, and there by moonlight stroke her face, to inebriate myself with scent of her embrace, to kiss, caress her beaded brow, then stand in wonder and wonder how my fortune came to be so great. Was it through destiny or lucky fate that joined 2 paths pristine had worn, and there our road to love was sworn. It happened many years ago, and yet her face remains aglow. She's still the candle of my way through tempest storms or come what may. Knowing not what seasons bring, to me her face shall stay with spring, and never shall a prettier face see I in the history of the human race. I'm going to read a piece called The Essence of the Smile. A smile can heal the aching spirit, time and time again. It started way back when, soon after time began. First there were bright shiny stars, celestial lovers, Venus and Mars, the land, the seas, the forest green, yet nowhere, anywhere, a smile was seen. No man, no woman, no children either, to walk the earth as family together. For so it was when time began on earth across the seas and land. Then Adam came from clay and sand, but still no smile on the face of man. No spirit either did he possess, until God blew him with some breath. So there he was, a man with life, but still no smile, he had no wife. He went about the land abound without another human sound. Seeing this, a man alone, God thought and said, I will atone. Then Eve sprung forth from Adam's side, to thus become his loving bride. He gazes on her head to toes, and finds her prettier than the rose, her kiss much sweeter than the grape. His lips turn up to crescent shape, and that is how the smile began. As then and now and then again, the smile shall never have an end. This piece is called Two Boys. Two boys of 10 were Eddie and me, I from November, he in February. And thus comes the summer, when both were taken to sea, to fish and to shrimp, my cousin Eddie and me. I emptied my stomach again and again, hanging my spinning head over the railing of a 65-foot shrimp trawler named the Southern Glory. A wooden boat, scaling the front end of 10-foot seats and sliding down the backside of each wave before starting its next climb and sliding, sometimes skidding back down again. A never-ending tortuous roller coaster ride I could not get off from. It would be 20 days and 20 nights before we would return back to Port Isabel, safe to the tranquil waters of the Brazo Santiago Pass and the welcoming bosom of the Laguna Madre. Eddie brought me some crushed ice in a tin cup. He had seen my sickness and felt compassion for me. He got the ice from the hull belly of a boat, where just a few hours before it was tied to the dock. We had filled its bins with 100-pound bars of frozen ice blocks, crushed and grind into flaky shavings of snow cone, snow, used to keep the netted catch of brown, white, gulf, and pink shrimp. Eat this, he said. Keep eating it until you finish it. When you finish it, I'll bring you some more. It won't make you feel any better, but at least you'll have something in your stomach until the seasickness passes. Thank you, cousin, I replied. I watched him walk back to the prow of the boat, and he grabbed the anchor cable rope with both hands and began to imitate a bronco-busting cowboy. With each jerking lift of giant wave after constant giant wave, I stayed behind on the stern deck, asking myself in private anguish, when will this torment feeling end? Keep your eyes to the horizon, Eddie shouted back at me. Sometimes that helps with the dizziness, as he straddled the anchor, facing forward, riding the rough sea. The captain, Uncle Joe, steered the vessel steadily ahead, crashing against and cutting into the angry face of each foam-crested swell that challenged our exploration. The clear emerald water of the Gulf of Mexico, he protectively washed both of us as we thought it was natural.
You're done.
Got it?